July 23, 12:30. I've been doing a lot of reading on rice leaf color chart and also with respect to canopy, reading of the greenness of the rice leaves. When I look at these plants, is the color at the right greenness? And so I spent many hours, many days understanding how I could use the leaf color chart to check for nitrogen content of the rice leaves. So I've been using this and I've been analyzing the color of this chart, and then also the color of the canopy of the rice plants. So I want to make it easier for me, so I've been thinking of creating an app where I take a picture or a video of the rice plant canopy and then gives me an idea of whether I have to add more fertilizer or not. So I checked the internet and I did a lot of reading on researches. So I'm coming up with an idea how to do this, and it's taking a while to get to that point. And so now mainly I'm just gathering data and then get more understanding of how the data can be useful in extracting nitrogen content of the leaves. When a farmer is looking at the leaf or leaves of the rice plant, it's kind of difficult to see whether it is at that level where it needs more fertilizer. And so, not really using this chart, I needed a simpler method of understanding the color of the plants. I'm thinking of having it automated rather than spending my time doing a visual of the leaf. I mean, if a person is sort of have a hard time looking at the leaf color or color blind, then how do we understand how much, whether to add more fertilizer or not? So what I wanted to do is take a Android phone and take a picture of the leaf, and then tells me, okay, you need to add more fertilizer, or it's okay, no fertilizer needed. So for example, the idea I have in mind is look at how green the canopy of the rice plants are, and then analyze the color of the greenness, and then say, yeah, it's okay, or no, not okay. So that's the plan I have. So I've been gathering data and then extracting it, or taking pictures and then extracting the color content and putting it in a database, and then analyze the data. It's in the afternoon, so I'm looking at Munoz and looking at the rice plants. So what I want to do is take pictures of the leaves, and with high resolution cameras nowadays, I don't have to go real close to the leaves. I can take a picture of the leaves a meter away. So I'm going to analyze the leaf color and see against and compare it against the leaf color chart. So I wrote a document outlining the methodology that I am going to follow in determining the greenness of the rice leaf. So as part of my research, I saw some information at this place. They have an Android app. However, I tried it. I found it to be a little bit difficult to use. Anyway, it's just an indicator of where I'm leading to. I took some of their wordings since I really don't want to reinvent the wheel. So my intent is analyzing rice leaf color using Android phones. And the methodology is to understand the color of the rice leaf. So one thing that is important is how dark green color is the leaf is going to be, because that is an indicator of whether it's receiving a lot of nitrogen or not. So the more green it is, the more nitrogen it has, or fertilizer it has. And the greenness has to do with chlorophyll in the rice leaf. So anyway, I don't think people can read this document, so I'll just read it. It's a brief paragraph. So the dark green color index, DGCI, is a quantitative measure of greenness that is closely related to leaf nitrogen concentration. So the more green, the more nitrogen it has, and that's all good. The less green, then it has less nitrogen concentration, and that's bad. So the main issue of using dark green color index in agricultural research is caused by technologies, because it doesn't exist. There is a strong link between available technical equipment and amount of data to get about plants. So if there's no technology, then how do you derive or extract data? So to overcome lack of technologies, we will be using by using a built-in camera of Android phones to extract color information. Actually, so I tested 3 apps, actually 4. Anyway, and I found that ColorAniz to be the better of the 3 apps that I use. And so from all of that, from reading and researching, the DGCI is equal to this equation, which is open parenthesis H minus 60 divided by 60 plus 1 minus S plus 1 minus B close parenthesis divided by 3, where H is hue, S saturation, B brightness. You could use another one called lightness. However, by doing a lot of inputting data, extracting data, brightness seems to be a better indicator of the dark green color index of a leaf. Now there are other also indicators, and one is called leaf nitrogen content. Now I read up on these. The only thing is this requires calibration. And how do you calibrate an equipment? Well, you have to gather up leaves and then morse them up and then extract the chlorophyll, and from that I think you can also, if you have all of the equipment, get the chlorophyll, then you can get the nitrogen content. So chlorophyll is proportional to nitrogen content, and you need calibration or slope or whatever. It's I used to call it fudge factor in my old job, because you need some correction factor to get your data and an equipment to line up. So I use 3 Android phone apps, and one of the apps is called Color Picker, Color Analyzer, ColorCaptor. The Color Picker gives a lot of information. It gives you RGB, CMY, CMYK, HSL, HSV or B, RYV, CI, LA, B, CI, E, XYZ, LAB. Actually, this one is used by ColorAniz. ColorCaptor, not so much. The only thing that is new about it is it gives you YUV. For the purpose of determining greenness, it's kind of useless. So from this, what I was looking for is how the data are compared with leaf sample. The leaf sample is the same for all 3 apps, so that there's no added variability in analyzing the dark green color index. So when we're dealing with dark green color index, like I mentioned, the equation is this part. So that's what it looked like. So I use this information or equation in all of these Excel spreadsheet. So it's I just input data and it would just throw out the dark green color index. So that's how I did it. The first thing I did is I took a picture of the LCC leaf color chart and extract the data individually. Now I did it when it's kind of dark, and so it doesn't give you the proper saturation of brightness. So when I did it during lunch, the data is different. And this is during lunch. So when it's dark or dim light, then the dark green color index is low. When it's sunny, so I realized that when a person is doing these, a person must have a sense of the brightness of the day, so that it's not impacted by by how dim it is, because this value would be kind of useless. And so these values are more useful. Honestly, I don't know what value is useful. However, it just a sense of what a value will turn out to be. Like for example, I have different leaf, the same leaf. I just kind of, because I needed to remove variability, and when calculating the leaf color charts, dark green color index, I got this value. So this is the leaf color value. So it's above LCC 5, so it doesn't need any more fertilizer. So I did the same thing for all 4 LCC. That kind of gives me a range of how to when I'll be doing the programming, how to tabularize or mentally doing the equation in my head. Like for example, if leaf color is greater than leaf color chart 5, then no fertilizer needed. Else needs 25 kilos of urea per hectare. That sort of thing. So I'm going to learn how to quantify these to come up with an instruction to a farmer. So it'd be easier for me to do this once I understand how to go about plot charting the data and how it's going to tie in with the fertilizer. So getting back to different kind of app, color analyzer, which I searched for in the Android app. Look for color analyzer, and you'll see this app. And it's fairly easy to use. You can extract the data from an image, and that's what I did. So that's what this value gave me. When I look at these with the leaf sample, it's greater than LCC 5. LCC 5 is you're good. This you need fertilizer LCC 3 and 2. Well, you're in trouble. That sort of thing. So need mitigation plan for the rice field. So having these values actually will help me in the future how I will figure out how to add more fertilizer or everything is okay. So the other thing that I'm looking for next is canopy color. So I'm looking at I took a picture and then extract data from that picture. I mean, it's a hodgepodge of rice plants, and I then look at the canopy color, and it gives me a value similar to a leaf sample. This one, leaf sample, it was yellow, and it gave me this value, which is if we were to use this, it is between 2 and 3, so it really needs a lot of fertilizer. So yeah, this is how this data gathering will be useful in my approach to making it simple to determine whether to add more fertilizer or everything is okay. So I'm now going to look for well, I really am not interested in programming. However, I don't like well, it's not that I don't like. I'd like it to be simple, more specific toward rice. Other app are specific to a broader range of determining greenness, not just rice but other plants. Now, Field Rice has an app. I downloaded it, but it's not working, so I uninstalled it. It's useless. So maybe other people has better luck with it, but I didn't. I mean, I saw it on YouTube. I think it was released in 2020. That's 4 or 5 years ago. Not a lot of YouTube about how great it is or how useful it is. Nothing. So I don't think it's useful at all, sadly. I went and looked for it. And when I ran it, it asks a question, and that's it. It just asks a question. It doesn't move forward. It's stuck. So for me, it's stuck. I don't know if others using it. Let me know. Maybe is there a tech support for it? Not really, I don't think. I mean, the last update was 2022 or 2021. So too bad, so sad. It would have been a great app, I think, for farmers. Anyway, I'm looking forward to making my own app. It'll take a while. Meanwhile, everything is done manually. It's okay. I mean, I'm gathering data right now, so from hence until harvest time, I would be getting more data and see how the colors are progressing over time. Let's see how that goes. Thanks for watching.